Beyond the gates of night and day, a young man is carried beyond the world of mortals. There he meets a goddess who will reveal to him the truth about reality itself. This is the opening to Parmenides' poem, a work that challenges everything we think we see, overturns earlier ways of understanding the world, and profoundly shaped the course of philosophy. Today, I want to unpack some of its ideas and explore why that is. The poem itself is a bit odd if we think about it. Who is the young man and who is this goddess? While both are unnamed, this is essentially a tool that Parmenides utilizes to transmit his philosophical thinking. The deity is the one speaking in all the fragments we have left, so the young man is the silent observer who receives divine wisdom. This means when the goddess speaks, it is Parmenides speaking, and we are essentially the young man listening and receiving a revelation. The goddess told the young man of two different ways of thinking. One is the way of opinion, which is essentially how we perceive the world, but ultimately this is an illusion. This is the way earlier thinkers saw the world. They looked for the underlying principle of the universe, trying to grasp it by sensing it. They saw change and they called it the underlying principle, the arche. From Thales to Heraclitus, the arche was always in flux. But there is a second way, the only real way according to the goddess, and this is the way of truth. It relies on reason alone, deducing what must exist and cannot not exist. Parmenides is the first philosopher who uses an argument as to how and why things are. Where others used their senses, Parmenides used his mind to explain the world. So what is this argument? If something exists, then it is, and it is impossible for it not to exist. And likewise, if something does not exist, then it is impossible for it to exist. The implied part of this argument is that something cannot come from nothing, and this something cannot become nothing. If it is, and if it is not, it is not. This is all to say that, logically speaking, change is impossible, and according to Parmenides, this is the only true way to look at the world. The goddess says that the world is unborn and indestructible, whole, unique, and unmoving and complete. Neither was it ever, nor will it be, since it is all together now. The reality that Parmenides believed in is sometimes described as monism. It is essentially the idea that there are no separate things. He even describes reality as a perfectly rounded sphere. Nothing moves, nothing is separate, it just is, the same in every direction. Parmenides is often contrasted with Heraclitus, and it's not hard to see why. One sees change as fundamental to reality, while the other says that change is impossible. Plato was acquainted with both of their philosophies, and they had a profound impact on his work. The way Parmenides dispenses with the world of change, the world we perceive, is probably a bit too much for anyone, at least it is for me. But the compelling thing about him is the unshakable truth that he proposes. If something is true, it should be that way forever. Plato reconciles the ever-changing world with the eternal truth by proposing two levels of reality, an unchanging, perfect realm, and the lower world of change that we perceive. In this way, Parmenides, while not a household name, is a huge influence on arguably the most famous philosopher. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and if you didn't like it, then it is what it is.